A mail lawsuit filed by the Texas Democratic Party went before a federal district judge today. It's a separate lawsuit from the state lawsuit in which a district court judge ruled in favor of expanding vote by mail during this pandemic. A state appeals court upheld that decision just yesterday. KXAN's Maggie Glenn explains how the courtroom battles are unfolding as a recent Nexstar Emerson College poll reveals Texans are split on the issue.
Texas Democrats argued in federal court Friday that one of the qualifications to request a mail-in ballot in Texas, being 65 or older, is an age restriction that violates the 26th Amendment.
People over the age of 65 in Texas can vote by mail without excuse, and people under the age of 65 are essentially forced to vote in person. So a 64-year-old grandma would have to go vote in person.
The federal judge didn't give a timeline for a decision on that. The argument made at the state level is different.
We wanted the state courts to clarify that that language allowed people who were not immune to COVID-19 to vote by mail.
The 14th District Appeals Court sided with Texas Democrats Thursday, saying the lack of immunity to the virus qualifies as a disability. It's not based on voters' fear of contracting the virus, which is what Attorney General Ken Paxton originally argued would not fall under the disability category. Now, Paxton is asking the Texas Supreme Court to step in. He and other Republicans have opposed vote-by-mail expansion before the pandemic began.
I think our concern with vote by mail on election day is the potential for fraud.
The back and forth between the judiciary and executive leaders is leaving county clerks in limbo about what to do, as some counties are already reporting high levels of mail-in ballot applications, like Harris County.
They have already reached the total number of mail-in ballots at this stage of the process than they had in the whole time the last go-around.
That was Maggie Glenn reporting. The Texas Supreme Court's decision could overrule the Court of Appeals decision, but a decision by the federal court would take precedence over all state rulings.